Hello, Eternum, and welcome to KOTT News, Eternum's #1 source for news. And this is the War Report. Dynamic change in the history of Eternum last night as the forces of Commit re-secure the master fishing and shrimping region of Reekwater. KOTT News were on the scene and got a brief word from one of the participants. Congratulations on your victory here in Reekwater, successfully executing your right to rematch and reclaiming the hamlet in the name of the Syndicate. How do you feel about your victory tonight?
Dude, I feel great, man. It was a whole lot of fun. Commit here had a fun plan where they totally baited them, and they thought, we just got 2 points for free, and then went over and killed them, and then went inside and killed them some more, and then took the thing, and then we won. Hooray!
Excellent job out there. Was there anybody who stood out in their performance for you tonight?
I think that Whirl Whip guy, he's a bruiser. He had 16. He's crazy. All right, him. He did good.
Later, KOTT news crews practiced their footwork in OPRs, avoiding tryhards who were sweating the broadcast in a blowout. Speaking of trying hard, citizens of Eternum were hard at work putting down the corruption in Shattered Mountain last night, taking their revenge on the corruption forces who had breached the gates in Weaver's Fen earlier in the night. That unfortunate breach, a command decision, as citizens were evacuated prior to the 3-minute invasion. Citizens wishing to help with relief efforts are encouraged to stop by the mission boards in Twillin to assist. No mission is too small. Looking at the weather for today, and the afternoon will once again be clear of corruption forces, giving ample opportunity for relief efforts. But citizens are reminded that once the sun goes down, things will get sketchy as the corruption forces will rise up once more across 20% of the island. 4 more submissions for Simulated Fantasy Combat Resolution tonight, brought to you by LARPco. Remember, if it isn't LARPco, it's cardboard. Tonight, the Covenant PVXers of Tropical House assail the Marauders of Emotional Damage for control of the barely controllable Restless Shore. Tropical House are looking for another beachfront region to call home, and this time they've decided to play King of the Mudhill on the eastern shores. But Emotional Damage aren't going to give it up so easily, as they stand ready to test their mettle against their old foe once more. Meanwhile, the Marauders of Dogged Down attack the Syndicate members of Commit for control of the primary oil reserves of Weaver's Fen. Nothing is known of this new group of loosely organized marauders, but if they're seeking to divide the Syndicate, they could seriously disrupt trade routes with a victory tonight. Commit, riding the wave of securing the eastern tri-state area last night, find themselves with a hard decision: the unknown aggressor or the heavyweight title. As the Marauders of Gorilla Town challenge the champs of Commit for their heavyweight title and the right to rule over Everfall, the former heavyweight champs return to the main ring to reclaim their title belt. But will they find a fully prepared group of combatants to spar with? Commit has their work cut out for them, but do they have a sufficient roster to test the newcomers and be guaranteed a test of endurance against this island superpower? Later, the legendary hero worshippers of Outcast assault the Marauders of Gorilla Town for control of the secondary oil reserves of Cutlass Keys. Outcast forces may be looking to take advantage of an exhausted Gorilla Town, who may be mentally, if not physically, fatigued after their earlier attack. But with the late start time, Gorilla Town may be able to call in reinforcements who have retained their defensive eligibility for what should be a great nightcap. Be sure to tune in for complete coverage and reactions from the citizens tonight at 11. Until then, this has been War Correspondent JChalant, KOTT News.